Hello, everybody. Guess who it is? And guess what we're doing? We're doing some more power rankings for this week. Some changes made, and we're doing it a little earlier than last week. So, let's just get right into it. At number 10, it is the Pittsburgh Steelers, dropping down 5 spots from last week. They had a tough game, very tough game against the Raiders. Lots of injuries, and the reason they're still 10, on the list, is because when they're healthy, right now, I still think they can compete with some teams, a good bit of teams. I think they had an unlucky game, and especially when they get healthy again, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with, I think. And that's why. And at number 9, it's a team that wasn't ranked last week in our top 10. It is the Las Vegas Raiders, the team that actually beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. Derek Carr looks like he is playing the best football of his freaking career right now. It is insane how he was just able to pick apart the Steelers defense, which is notable for everything. That's notable as one of the best defenses in the league. So yeah, I think that's pretty good. Again, like I said, injuries and stuff, but they beat the Ravens the week before. They're 2-0. They're at the top of their division. So that's why they're at number 9. At number 8, it's a team that won, but also dropped 2 spots. It is the Cleveland Browns. So Cleveland here, they're good. They beat the Texans by 10, which they won, but they dropped 2 spots, and they dropped 2 spots because there are just 7 teams who we think are still better. Just 7 teams who I think are still better than the Browns. Even though the way they played, Jarvis Landry got hurt. We haven't seen Odell Beckham at all this year yet. So we'll see what happens with that. And at number 7, it is the rejuvenated team from Hard Knocks. Going up 3 spots last week at number 10, it is the Dallas freaking Cowboys. The Cowgirls, I mean. So, they had a very good game against the Chargers. Tough game against the Chargers. And it came down to the wire. And I think that's good for a team to play in, down to the wire, some tight games, you gotta tough it out, grit it out, And that's against a pretty good team, Chargers, who I was this close to putting them on the list. So I'd probably say they're top 15. Chargers are 11, maybe 12. Who knows? I was real close, but the Cowboys, Dak Prescott is looking real good. Pollard, I think, is their other running back with Zeke Elliott. Their running backs are doing actually real good. Zach Martin coming back from the COVID list last week. That helped them a lot with their offensive line. That really helped them. And their defense is they're getting there. Micah Parsons is a big help, though, for them. And that's why they went up 3. Number 6 is another team that wasn't ranked. This is probably our highest growth of the week, it looks like, other than maybe the Raiders, who knows. It is the Baltimore Ravens. Now, they lost last week to the Raiders, but sometimes week 1's a fluke week. Sometimes it is. We just don't know until we get later in the season, but right now, I say after they beat the Chiefs, the way Lamar played in the beginning of that game, the way they were somehow able to fight back, and it's really their defense, I think, that really helped them more, but the Chiefs weren't prepared for the run at all for some reason. They were good in the passing game. Defense. Chiefs defense was good. But their defense against the run, because they really don't have a QB. They have a running back. You saw the way Lamar threw. If Lamar can do a little better at throwing, which I don't think he can, they can climb up on this list. But they're number 6 this week, and they can definitely climb. Number 5, it is the Buffalo Bills, who went up 2 spots after beating the Miami Dolphins 35-0. Now, Miami didn't have Tua Tagovailoa, and that's okay. It hurts the Dolphins, and I don't think the Bills would have. They probably would have scored the 35 points. Maybe, I don't know. Turnovers may be a factor, but I think their defense wouldn't have posted this shutout with Tua in. When you have Jacoby Brissett in over Tua, that's a downgrade. Maybe not that major, but it's still pretty big enough to obviously not score any points. Make no mistake, the Dolphins' defense good. So the fact that they were able to put up 35 points on them against that defense, who is a really good defense. Not as good as some others, like the Bucs, the Rams, or the Steelers, But they're up there. They were, number 1 in points last year. Points scored for defense. So that's why they're up. They beat a real good defense, and I think the Bills could be on a roll here. In our top 4, we have 3 NFC, 1 AFC. You probably know by now who they all are. But at number 4, no change this week. It's the Arizona Cardinals winning by 1 point against the Vikings, 34-33, with a field goal. Kyler Murray again, showing why I should have picked him in fantasy and not Josh Allen. Well, actually, Josh Allen wasn't available, but it was a good pick by Shannon. Very good pick. Threw good again, and right now, MVP. Give him the MVP. If I had to pick one right now, give it to him. Josh Allen hasn't showed much in terms of MVP over anyone else, but yeah, give Kyler Murray the MVP right now. That defense still doing pretty good. They let up 33 points, but it's okay. When they play the Rams, it might be Rams or Seahawks. It might be a different, outcome. We might be saying something different. They might be down a little on this list. We'll have to see, because those division games are going to be really huge in this division, this NFC West division. Those divisional games are going to be absolutely huge. Those are going to be the biggest games of the year. Pivotal in deciding the output, in deciding the division winner. But at number 3, again, stayed the same. It is the LA Rams, who beat the Indianapolis Colts by 3. The Indianapolis Colts, they're a good team. They are a good team. Good team. Very good team. Both sides of the ball. And I thought they had a real good shot of winning against the Rams, but the Rams buckled down late. Were able to get that last field goal, about 20-something seconds left, I guess. And they were able to win it. And Matt Stafford is still showing why he is a big upgrade over Jared Goff. Don't tell Aaron, because Aaron doesn't think so. But yeah, Rams, they're going to do some damage this year. And at number 2, down 1 spot, you know who it is by now. It is the Kansas City Chiefs. And they lost to the Ravens. I think they probably should have won the game. They had chances to win it. They just couldn't do it late. They couldn't get it late. And they might have underestimated that team towards the end. After they got up at the beginning, that's what they do sometimes. Teams can underestimate teams. I know Steelers normally, they like to beat the good teams, lose to the bad teams. It's just something that happens sometimes. This was a close game. And I think the Chiefs, in a playoff setting, could win this in a matchup again. But at number 1, the team that is blowing out other teams, albeit not very good teams, but it's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, up 1 spot from last week. Gronk is showing why I have him on fantasy. I picked him up because people in my league were like, no, we don't want him. So I picked him up last week after that big game, and he showed up. Why again? So that's good. Gronk and Brady, they're doing pretty good. Mike Evans had another big week this week. Their defense, I think they got 19 points in fantasy. I'm doing this in terms of fantasy. That team is real good. Tom Brady is not aging at all, which is crazy to me. So this team, like I said, with the Chiefs last week, I think this team, depending on how long Brady plays, this team is only going to be as long as Brady plays. Because once Brady retires, Gronk is probably going to retire again. Who knows? AB's getting up there. He could retire. Godwin's going to leave soon. Mike Evans, who knows what? He'll probably stay, to be honest. But that's their whole offense. Their defense is still going to be pretty good. Their defense is relatively young, I believe. So they should be around for a long time. And yeah, those are my power rankings for this week. Again, same thing as last week. Let me know in the comments below what you agree with, what you don't. If you want us to do the whole 32 teams, it might be a little bit longer video, but we can most definitely do it. If you wanted to do it on the regular podcast, which should be up this coming week. So you need to all be prepared for that. We are probably going to have a podcast finally in forever, so you be prepared for that to come dropping this week. Yeah, let me know in the comments. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you in the next time. Peace.